Have you ever been locked in a dark room wanting to get out but not being able to? That is how it feels for these people every day of their lives. It is the most isolated country in the world and one of the most dangerous. In Asia lies North Korea, a country led by fear of the newest leader Kim Jong-un. Before Kim Jong-un became leader, his father Kim Jong-il had complete power of the country. The reason of the people not revolting is because Kim Jong-un has the fourth largest army on his side. He uses fear in order to control his people by putting them in concentration camps.
You're probably wondering how and why the country came to be like this. The main reason is the Korean War from 1950 to 1953. For centuries, the North Koreans have been occupied by different countries like the Japanese, the Chinese, the Soviet Union and the US, and they've never really had the opportunity to have their own freedom. Korea was under occupation of Mongolia from the 13th century until early in the 14th century. Japan also attempted to invade them in the 16th century. They were then independent until Japan annexed them in 1910. They were under strict control of Japan, and the Japanese tried their hardest to destroy the country's culture and language. It wasn't until 1945, when Japan lost the World War II, that Korea went over to the responsibility of the US and Soviet Union. The Soviet Union got control of the North, and the US got control of the South. It was meant to be temporary, but when the Cold War started, it was obvious that the North and South would not be together for a while.
The Korean War was also considered the beginning of the Cold War. This is because not only North and South Korea were in the war, but it was also the United States and the Soviet Union. The Koreans were really known for guerrilla warfare, which is hiding in trees like this and using the element of surprise to attack their enemies from below.
Shortly after Kim Il-sung was elected, the North started attacking the South, and North Korea launched a big attack in June 1950 where the South was invaded. The UN quickly got involved, and that was when the Korean War started. The United States, England, Australia, Belgium, Canada, France, Greece, and several other countries were supporting the South, whereas communist countries like the Soviet Union and China were helping the North. The battle consisted of several battles over the border on the 38th parallel, and over 2.5 million civilians from both sides, plus 1 million soldiers, died during this horrible war. On July 27, 1953, the UN and North Korea signed an armistice, and the armistice has never been replaced. The North Korean border and the South Korean border are literally guided by two armies. There are landmines all over the place, as you can see on this field. This field is literally filled with landmines. And also we have one person on the one side of the border and one person on the other side of the border.
Another unfortunate thing about North Korea is that the country's beautiful appearance is wasted. The country has hills and mountains separated by deep, narrow valleys, and the Yalu and Tumen rivers separate North Korea from China. There are also many large fields, however instead of being used for farming, they are used for landmines and protection. The reason for this country being feared is not only because of its crazy leader, but also because of the crazy leader's plan. He has a nuclear program, which is what makes him so dangerous. And since he hates the Western countries, we have to be ready constantly. If he starts bombing, then there's a possibility of the entire planet being destroyed.